What's going on, guys? Matt from Nerddom. We're gonna be going by a bunch of comic book gold and silver collections. See what their most valuable comic is.
So our most valuable comic right now is going to be up at auction. I'm going to say that's going to be the Action Comics 252. You can find that at cbbauctions.com. It's going to end up ending on Monday. And when it comes to kind of my personal one is one that I found at a garage sale. When I first started collecting, it's a Dime Comics #1 from 1945. I picked it up for $3 and it's a 5.5 grade. That's one I'm never going to let go.
Never gonna let go.
Never going to let
Doesn't
go.
matter what the price is.
Doesn't matter what the price on it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Thank you so much, man. Elvin's Comics.
Hey,
What's your
Christian? How you doing,
Christian?
buddy? What's your
Doing
name?
good. Matt.
Matt, what's up, Matt? Matt's got an amazing beard. If you don't know this, it's deep and dense. It's like the Nottingham Forest.
Oh God. What's your most valuable comic that you have here?
Most valuable comic. I'm gonna answer it probably different than some. It has nothing to do with dollars. Dollars come and go.
Of course.
I have two most valuable comics. One of them is an Exo Manowar Gold. I was at the Valiant panel at San Diego Comic-Con before Exo even, it was like brand new, just came out, and they were doing the panel, and my friend Robert Venditti, like Scritti Politti, he is the writer of the book, and at the panel they were giving these books away. He had his copy. He called me up to the front in front of the panel and signed it for me as the first signed copy. So he had never signed it before, and that's one of my most valuable books. I also have an Exo Manowar 48 that Valiant polybagged with a little print in it. They went to the printer to see how it was made. He grabbed one off of the press, signed it to me, first signed copy, then they ran it through the polybag machine. So I like true one-of-one ghost books that no one else has but me, and those are my most valuable comics. But honestly, I have probably 20 that are like that, of different creators that are my friends. I'm coming. But those are my most valuable comics. And I'll say one more thing if I can.
For sure.
You define your own value. Don't let the YouTubers or the me's or the Instagrammers define value for you. Whatever you find value in your comic books, that's your collection, and that's what's valuable to you, right? So be good, be awesome. Follow this man right here, an incredible beard, a beard of wisdom on this man right here. Everyone, I take care of my customers. My name is Christian from Elvin's Comics. Be good, everybody.
Oh, my Lanta.
That would be the most valuable. Amazing Fantasy 15, 105,000.
I don't think I've ever seen that much money. And what about you? What's most valuable personally in your collection? It could be
I don't have a collection anymore. It's just strictly business.
What happened?
Well, I sold my collection to buy a house.
Well, okay, you purchased that.
Big boy decision. Correct.
Well, thank you so much. Feel free to check out highgradecomics.com.
Value and perspective too. When you say valuable, are you talking about monetary value, or are you talking about what it means to me?
It's up to you.
We're called the blue chip comic because we really love blue chip keys. Here's what I mean by that. At some point in your collecting run, a book, depending on your yearly income, and depending on how valuable that book is, it goes from collectible to investment. And when that book becomes an investment, then now it's in a whole different world, in a whole different category. So what we like to do is figure out what are those blue chip investments. And we love helping people put a world-class collection together with blue chip comics. And so, I've kind of opened up this hobby to my previous industry, which is something totally not related to comics. And a lot of people over there have done well, and they love comics and nostalgia. They may even collect comics when they're a kid. But how cool would it be, even if you don't like investing in comics, but you love collecting comics only, to buy a comic and buy one to sell or use as trade bait. And that's what we specialize in at the Blue Chip Comic on Instagram. We specialize in doing trades to allow people that may have had a book, they may no longer want First Appearance Key, but they want a bigger book. Like one of the recent trades we did for a 6-figure book was a Batman #1. There was a 1/8 Batman #1 that presented very strong. We tend to buy the book over the grade. Some people genuinely love buying the grade then the book because they want to have the highest grade possible, but the book may have a little, issues. We love buying the book before we buy the grade. And so that 1/8 presented very strong. To be quite frank, that 1/8 presented better than our 2.0 that we currently have for sale today. However, the guy saw it. His mom took him to go see Batman #1 when he was a kid, like, I don't know how many decades ago. It was, check this out, it was so long ago, I don't remember ever seeing that Batman, right? However, I'll tell you this, he's older than I was. And the way he told me the story was, he went to see the Batman. He loved it so much, he begged his mom to let him watch it a second time. She didn't want to sit through it again, so she left him at the movie theater. First time ever. Came back. Well, this is back in the day when you could do that.
You could do that kind of thing, yeah.
Came back, picked up her son right before the movie ended. He was so blown away. His whole life's goal was to get Batman. He collected a ton of DC, a ton of Marvel. Great books. This guy had a ridiculous collection, but Batman just kept eluding him because every time he was ready to pull the trigger, the price would increase.
Right.
So what he ended up doing was literally taking books that he had, like Giant Size X-Men #1, ASM #1, trading some of those blue chip books to us. He traded those blue chip books. We added a 10% margin, so because we have to sell those books. So we added, we got to get a little margin, and can't do the work and hope we get full market value to break even, right? Why do the work? And so we have a system that's pretty fair, and we literally took those books, allowed him to walk away with the Batman #1. I actually have the video. I don't even know what to do with it. I was just talking to the gentleman behind you, who's actually a live streamer, that asked him, hey, hopefully you can help me figure out a way to break down this content, because I'll tell you, it's like when you see a grown man with tears in his eyes of joy at that level, that's a whole different thing than any regular transaction. And I love helping people win, right? Except for when they knew that we're priced out, and then they get that book in their hands, and you feel that experience, you can feel that hug, you can feel the love coming through that hug. It's like, man, it's just a comic book, right?
No, it's unbeatable.
It's priceless. So when I hear value, right, whenever I can let someone experience that value, I'm all over it. But then again, for those people that really just want to have the biggest, the baddest, they love numbers. Then we have stuff like this, right? We have Justice League #1, right? That's a cool book. We have Superman #1. This was delivered to my house. Again, I have this actually filmed. I don't know what to do with it. This was delivered to my house.
Just gotta post it.
By I suck at that, but this was delivered by a armored car with 2 armored guards. One comic to my home, and then I had to literally take it and go to the bank. I would have rather just had them meet me at the bank. You know what I mean? To put it in the safe deposit box. So it's kind of cool because that never happened to me before. So dollars and cents wise, this would be by far the most valuable book we have here on premises, and then probably the 4.5 Batman #1.
What about to you? What's in your collection? What's most valuable to you?
Okay, I'm not going to get in trouble if I talk about something non-comics, right?
I mean, go for it.
All right.
It could be a poster, it could be a print, it could be a sell.
I know exactly what it is. The 3 things that are not for sale. Everything's for sale. I've sold multiple Superman #1s, Batman #1s. I've never owned a Tech 27, but every other blue chip book I've probably sold at more than once, right? Superhero wise, let me clarify that, right?
Sure.
There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be very, very tough for someone to get me away from my 9.4 Mario 1, 2, and 3. sealed video games.
No way.
I swear.
Yo, I was just playing 3 last night.
Bro, one of the best games in the world. Best games in the world.
Nice, good call. Everyone check out Blue Chip Comics. Got anything else to say?
Hey, buy what you love, buy what you enjoy, but also buy something you can use as trade bait down the road, because I promise you,
Trade bait.
every single one of you guys are going to want that trade bait eventually. Trade bait, by far, is one of the most valuable things you can use to win the world-class collection you want. I teach my kids, buy 2 bikes. You buy one to ride, one to rent. God bless,
money.
that helps.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Just made a sale right here.
Incredible book. Showcase for 2.0. I mean, that's what that says. What do you guys think? I just took it over to Heritage. They eyeballed it. I covered up the number. And let me just tell you this much. It was a lot higher than the 2.0 that they guessed it would be. So, what do you guys think? The great people.
It's a good looking book.
It's a gorgeous.
That's really interesting because some of them don't really want to answer the question. I've had a couple people decline being interviewed, and it's had to do with them being afraid that people will come after them in their collections. So very peculiar, but thank you to everybody who I talked to, and enjoy the con.